Hello everybody. Tonight I'm working on a laptop, and I bought this laptop online on eBay for 35 bucks. It's got an AMD A8 quad-core CPU, and it came with 4 gigs of RAM, and it's a pretty nice machine. It actually happens to run Windows XP and Windows 10, and I'm gonna make a dual boot system out of it. But as I was playing with it, I noticed a couple of things. I first noticed that the drive was not being detected. And in order to fix that, what I ended up having to do was opening up the entire laptop like this, because this ribbon cable right here, let me get a little closer look for you. This ribbon cable that goes from this little daughter card was loose. This CD-ROM slides in from the side, and what it does is when it slides in, the optical drive has these SATA connectors, right? And it slides into this connector on this other side, and I thought that just by reseating it in and out I could get it to work, but it didn't. So I ended up having to open up the entire machine. It turns out that this was just slightly out, and by taking it out and putting it back in, the CD-ROM started to become detected by the computer. So that problem is fixed. However, while I was in here, I realized that this laptop has another issue, which is this hinge over here on the LCD is broken. The little standoffs, or the little nuts, these little nuts that are supposed to be inside the plastic on the base, have been ripped off. And sometimes that happens when you, during the course of the life of the laptop, you open and close the lid out many times, and some people are not as gentle, so somebody must have grabbed it and yanked it off in a way that lifted up this side. So you can see here on the other side, the standoffs are still embedded in the plastic, and this hinge is perfectly fine. Now, in order to fix this one, what I have going on here is I have started to preheat up this soldering iron with a flat tip, and what I plan to do here is I'm gonna take apart these little nuts, the bottom part, and I've done this before where I just let the little nut lay on top of the hole where it's supposed to go, and then with the soldering iron I melt the nut back into the base, and that tends to work really well. So let me see if I can actually do that with this machine, and hopefully I will have a working hinge. All right, so let me go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take apart the nuts, lay them on the board, and then I'm gonna use the soldering iron to slowly melt them back into the plastic. Alright, so here we are. So you can see here the cartridge is pretty big. I have some plastic pieces right here that have come off. So you can see here the little pieces, and then this is the little guy. It's supposed to go down here. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put that down here. And I think I'm gonna, okay, let me just try that, see what happens. I'm gonna just heat it up. Okay. That one is back in there. Alright, so one down. That is melted in there. Okay, now I gotta do the other ones. Okay, now the other one is in place, and now I'm gonna heat it up so that it melts into the hole again. Okay, that's melting in. Perfect. Melt this plastic on the side here. You don't want to breathe this stuff in. Okay. Alright, place your bets if that's gonna align. Who knows? Now the last one, I have to take the other one and put it back in. So this is how I'm doing it. I hold it with a plier on the bottom, and then I end up with that guy right there. Then I use my tweezers to put it back in place. So I come back with the tweezers like this, and then I place it back where it belongs. So this one goes over here somewhere. And what I do is, now I'm gonna heat it up. And that's in there. I'm gonna melt a little bit of the plastic around it to flatten it out. And that's it. Check it out. They're back in there. And now if I use my little tweezers, I'm not able to pull it out. Obviously this might be short-lived. I don't know how strong the plastic is gonna be, to be honest. But it's better than what was there before. So let me try to see if this screws back on, okay? Okay, check this out. I have screwed in those 3 screws, and now when I lift it up, they are secured. So the fix was a success. Obviously you have to be very careful when you bend this, because you don't want to put excess force there, but much better than being completely loose. And all you had to do was get your soldering iron out and push those nuts back into the plastic. I was lucky enough to have enough material in the base so that it was able to hold in, but that's a quick fix. And now I'm going to work on putting it back together, and I'm going to show you the laptop running. Alright, so here it is. So you can see here, it's up and running, and if I go to the drive here in my computer and hit eject, the CD-ROM drive ejects. So that's working. The hinge is back to normal. So if I can lift it up from there, I can open and close it perfectly fine. And yeah, now I have a working laptop for 35 bucks. So if you found this useful, this little hack with a soldering iron to melt in the standoffs back into the case, let me know in the comments, and hit the like button so that other people can actually find this video and maybe go ahead and fix up a laptop that they want to get back in working order. So yeah, let me know what you think, and subscribe. It really helps grow the channel, and hopefully I can put up more videos with some of my other machines. Thank you. Bye bye.